Okay, hello everybody. In 27, a Mark walked into a stage wearing jeans and a black turtleneck and introduced a phone. Not the first smartphone, not the most powerful device of its time, just a phone. That man was Steve Jobs. And what he presented that day, the first iPhone, didn't just change the tech industry, it changed us. But here is the thing, this isn't really about a piece of glass and metal. It is about personality, an ambition, and a very specific belief that technology should feel human. Before the iPhone, phones were practical. Companies like Nokia and BlackBerry Limited dominated the world, and they were good, reliable, efficient, especially BlackBerry. If you were important, you had one physical keyboard, secure email, that little red notification light that made you feel needed. But none of those devices felt personal. They felt corporate, complicated menus, tiny buttons, plastic everywhere. You adapt to the phone, you learned its logic, you accept its limitation. Steve Jobs hated that idea. He didn't want people to adapt to machine. He wanted machine to adapt to the people. And that sounds simply now almost abuse. But in 27, it wasn't abuse at all. There is something important about Jobs that people forget. He wasn't trying to win on specs. He wasn't trying to impress engineers. He wasn't trying to remove friction. He believed that if something feels complicated, it's broken. If you need to instruction, it's already too late. So when Apple started working on the iPhone, the real battle wasn't against Nokia or BlackBerry. It was against compromise. Engineers would say we need buttons. Jobs would say why? They said because that's how phone works. He said that's how they worked. He was winning the bet that people weren't in love with keyboards. They were just used to them. That's huge difference. When the iPhone arrived with one button and a big touch screen, it looked almost empty, suspicious, simple, and a lot of people thought it would fail. No physical keyboard, no stylus, not removable battery. But then people touched it. They swiped it, they scrolled it, they pitched to zoom, and something clicked. It didn't feel like operating a device, it felt like moving things with your fingers. That subtle shift changed everything because once technology feels natural, it disappears. And when it disappears, you stop thinking about it. That's when it became powerful. The first iPhone wasn't perfect. It didn't even have an Apple Store at launch. Leaked features competitor already had. On paper, it should have dominated anything. But the experience was different, cleaner, calmer. It didn't overwhelm you. In 28, Apple opened the Apple Store, and that's when the real transformation started. The iPhone stopped being just a product, it became a platform. Suddenly, anyone could build something that lived in your pocket. Companies like Instagram and Uber weren't just helped by iPhone, they were made possibly by it. Entire business model depended on the idea that billions of people would carry an always connected computer with a camera and GPS in their pocket. That have never existed before, and slowly, almost quietly, our behavior changed. Before smartphone, you got bored. Sometimes you started out of windows, you waited without simulation, you memorized direction, you argued about facts because you could instantly check them. Now, Silence feels uncomfortable, waiting feels inefficient, not knowing something feels temporary because you can just look it up. We didn't just adopt the iPhone, we recognize our lives around it. Navigation became automatic, photo became constant, communication became immediate. Moments that used to disappear are now documented, filtered, posted. The device turned everyone into a creator and also into our audience. Here is where it gets complicated. In the same philosophy that made the iPhone intuitively also made it addictivity. Frictionless design just doesn't just make good experience easier, it makes bad habit easier too. Ending scroll and constant notification, work emails at midnight. The line between online and offline blurred until it most disappeared. The iPhone amplified who we already were, a creative, our ambition, our insecurity, our need for validation. It didn't even those things, it just put them on a bright high resolution screen and made it portable. And maybe that's why its impact feels so deep. It wasn't just technological, it was psychological. After Steve Jobs passed away in 2011, the iPhone kept evolving, bigger screen, better camera, faster processor, but core philosophy stayed the same: simplicity, control over the ecosystem, and almost obsessive focus on how something feels. You can see the influence everywhere now. Modern smartphones no matter the brand follow the blueprint. Large touchscreen, minimal button, app-based ecosystems. The idea that your phone is your primary computer. Whether someone loves Apple or not, they are living in the world shaped by that vision. And here the strange part. If you ask people what changed their daily life the most in the last 20 years, many would say the iPhone. They say social media or ride sharing or streaming or messaging apps. But all of those things became what they are because was suddenly a device that made them accessible everywhere all the time. The iPhone didn't just create a new product category, it changed our expectation. So yeah, iPhone really changed our world, and I hope that you like the video, guys. So say in the comments what you think about, and see you later.